What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Nichols YouTube channel. Today is Way Back Wednesday, and today we are looking at a Durant deck list. Now I know we've already been over Durant for expanded, but I want to look at how it was played back in 2012. This is when the deck was. It was played through 2011, 2012, and also, you know, when new sets come out, obviously the deck changed. But this is probably the last set that we really saw Durant was in 2012, before Nationals, I feel like. So I think this is the last time Durant was really played. But we'll go over the deck. It's still kind of the same thing. It's just a little bit different. We have a Rotom in here. We have a Smoochum. And some other little cute cards like Twins and Loss Remover and stuff like that. Alright, so of course our main focus right here is Durant. So Durant has 70 HP. And the only attack we're going to be using is Devour. Devour for each Durant you play, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Now the point of this deck is to just mill them out. Like every turn you do mill 4, mill 4, mill 4, mill 4. That's all you're trying to do is discard all 60 cards of their deck and win that game. It's been done a lot with Durant. It's won obviously multiple cities and the battle roads. They weren't league challenges back then. They're battle roads. I don't know if it ever won a regionals. I know it did top 4 nationals somewhere. Can't remember which nationals it is. This list is off 6 prizes. I'll always list it down below, and it's cool because he has like how it could beat almost every deck in the format back then. So that's why I picked it. Now, we played one Rotom. I know Rotom wasn't in the last video, but Rotom has Mischievous Trick. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch one of your face-down prize cards with the top card of your deck. This power can't use if Rotom is affected by a special condition. Now, this is an amazing power. So, if you have a Durant prize, obviously, you just you're fishing for it. Now, you could play Runes of Alph. Runes of Alph says, look at your prize cards. So that way you know where the Durant is, where certain things are. But I know a lot of people don't like it because you have to draw into it randomly, and then when you draw into it, you know your prizes. But usually it's kind of like Town Map now. It's either you played it, you didn't. You either played it or you didn't play it because you liked it or didn't like it. But with Mischievous Trick, basically you just kind of switch cards. There's a whole article that Jason Klezinski did. It's gonna be down below. I'm gonna link it. It's kind of old, but it's a really good read about Rotom and everything, and it's cool to see how Jason thinks and how he explains a lot of things. So it's cool to go read it if you want to learn more about Rotom. And also it's really good about like counting cards in your deck and just make sure you have like supporters and like all your Pokemon and remembering what's being prized and everything. I think it's a really good article, just besides the Rotom aspect. Alright, and there's attack off Plasma Arrow, which is choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to that Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance. And this is just it's for a lot of things. They load up a big energy attack to kill Durant. You can kind of use it that way. I know the article explains it a little bit better. It's been a little while since I've played this deck, so I can't really remember why. I know it's for like big energy attackers. Like if they just load up one big Pokemon, just keep one shotting, you can use Plasma Arrow and try to knock it out that way. And then we have one Smoochum, and this is the article's inclusion. I didn't see this a lot, but it seems good. So the Smoochum has Energy Antics. Oh, and also if you don't know this, Sweet Sleeping Face. All the babies back then, all 30 HP babies, had if they were asleep, you can't hurt them at damage. So it was pretty cool if you fell asleep. Which all the attacks always make them go to sleep. But you move an energy card attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of your opponent's Pokemon, and this is just used to put on like a useless Pokemon, maybe like throw it onto a Cleffa or an Electric or something, and then go to sleep and hope you flip tails. It's weird to say you hope to flip tails, but that's what you want to do, so that way you don't get knocked out or anything. And that's what kind of Smoochum was in there, and that's all the Pokemon to place. Like I said, the main thing is you want to use Durant, and then use Rotom to fish out the other Durants. Okay, let's go with Trainer Supporters. So, of course, we all know what Crushing Hammer does. Flip a coin of heads, discard an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Junk card, which is discard 2 cards from your hand, search your discard pile for a trainer card, and use it. Or you don't have to use it, just put it in your hand, sorry. So, you can reuse all of these up to N, and then you can get EVLA too, which is pretty cool. So, you can get like back Junk Arms, not get back Junk Arms, Crushing Hammer or Loss Remover, and Pokegear is basically how you get supporters up too. 2 level ball. Search your deck for Pokemon with 90 HP or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. All of Pokemon 90 HP, Durant 70, Rotom 60, so that's pretty good. Now, Lost Remover is kind of like our Enhanced Tamer. It's kind of like our Enhanced Tamer, and the reason why is Lost Remover puts it in the Lost Zone. And if you don't know what the Lost Zone is, don't worry. It's probably never coming back. But the Lost Zone's above your prizes, and you can never get anything out of there. Once it's in there, it's gone forever. So that way, if you trump card, it doesn't go back into your deck. You can't ever search for it. It's just stuck there. It's gone forever for the game. And that's why Lost Remover is it's a lot better than Enhanced Tamer. So that's why it plays 2. Plays 3 Pokegear. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the supporter card you find in there and show it to your opponent. Like I said, this is kind of good with Junk Arm because you can't Junk Arm for a supporter, but you can Junk Arm for a Pokegear, and you get 7 cards. So you usually hit a supporter. And then of course, everybody plays 3 to 4 catchers. Switch your opponent's active one to the bench. Now it is now a coin flip instead of just a bring up the bench Pokemon. But back then it gets with Durant, you just like catcher up an electric or catcher up a Pokemon that they're not really using that has a high retreat cost, and you just kind of like mill that way, and they're not hurting you. The deck does play 3 revives, which revive is just put a basic Pokemon through and just go pile onto your bench. And this way they just knock out a Durant, like alright, whatever, and you just revive it back onto the bench. So you just play 3 of these. 1 Super Rod, and this should just get back Metal Energies, maybe Durant if you don't have a revive at the time, or maybe a Rotom or Smoochum or something. But mostly it's for energies, just get back Metal Energies. So it's pretty good. 3 in. Now people might be like, well, you're not playing 4, but the thing is, in you don't want to play it later in the game. You want to play it early in the game, so that your opponent draws 6. If you do it later in the game, they draw less cards off the end. You want to draw a lot of cards. Yeah, that probably doesn't make any sense. But back then, a lot of people didn't play 4 Vins. And they were playing like Junipers and Professor Oaks a lot of. So they didn't really play like 4 ends. They only played like maybe 2 or 3. They didn't play 4. So if you can do an early, like in them early, make them draw a lot of cards, and hopefully you discard their end so they can't play it later. 4 Collector, and search your deck for 3 best Pokemon, show them to your opponent. And this is just to get like Durant out really fast. Obviously to get Durant out really fast, Rotom or maybe Smoochum. That's why we only play 2 level balls, because once you collect her, you can basically you have all your Durants you need. 2 Juniper, discard your hand, draw 7. You don't really want to discard a lot of stuff in here. You want to keep them in your hand. 3 Oak, and Oak is shuffle your hand, your deck, and draw 6 cards. Probably, I know I've said this before, but it's the best supporter probably ever printed. And then we have Twins. Twins is really good in this deck. You may use this card only if you have more prizes cards. If you only have more prize cards left in your opponent. And like I said earlier, we're using Devour. We're not ever taking prizes. We're never going to take prizes. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And so it's kind of like teammates that we have now. Sorry, Snapchat went off. But teammates, you know, if a Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's turn, you search your deck for 2 cards. Well, Twins is just if you're down on prizes, you search your deck for any 2 cards in your hand, which is, it's broke, pretty much. So you just search your deck for any 2 cards you need for that turn and use it. Most of the time you only need 2, like maybe Revive to get a Durant, or maybe an Energy or something. Maybe you're trying to grab a Crushing Hammer or a Catcher or something. So that's why Twins is really good. It only plays 3. I know a lot of people play 4. 1 Battle City. And Battle City is once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin at heads, draw a card. Now your opponent's probably not going to play this because they don't want to draw more cards in a deck. They want to try to keep as much as they can in there. But it just helps you draw into more cards that you need. And also you can like Rotom. I mean, it's obvious combo, but you can Mischievous Trick on the top and then Battle City to try to see what it is, which is pretty good. 3 Eviolite. This is trying to make it harder to knock out Durants. You know, reduce the damage by 20. And then 3 Prism, and like I said, this is just kind of attack with Rotom if you need to. It does play 3, which is a lot. In the article it talks about a little bit more. I skimmed over it really fast while trying to make this deck. 1 Rescue Energy. Now Rescue Energy says it provides a colorless energy of the Pokemon this attack does knock out by damage from attack. Put that Pokemon back into your hand. Discard R attached to it. So basically, if Durant is knocked out, you just put it back into your hand and discard whatever's attached to it. But the only people might be saying, well, why don't you play 4? Well, Durant needs a metal energy to attack and not a rescue. So usually when when you're in the end game, they're kind of just like one-shotting Durants. You don't have enough time to attach like 2 energies. But in the early stages, you can attach a metal and then a rescue energy, so that way when it gets knocked out, it does come back to your hand. But like I said, once it's like mid to late game, they're just gonna one-shot your Durants over and over again. So you don't have time to put a rescue energy on there. 5 metal, just because we do have a metal attacker, and then 4 metal energy special, which I mean we do see that card now. Damage done by attacks to this Pokemon that metal energy attached to is reduced by 10. Of course, if it's not a metal, back then you could attach this to anything, but now you can't. You only attach it just to metal. But if it's only any Pokemon that's not a metal, it doesn't work. So. I kind of wish Pokemon still did that. Yeah, I don't know why they took that effect away, but they did, so it's okay. But that's the deck. Oh, and like I said, with Eviolite you're doing -20. Then with a strong energy, with a not strong energy, a special metal you're doing -10. So you're doing -30, which it's pretty good. And that's the list. And like I said, we have played it before, and I'll play it again. We'll see how it is. I've been trying to build other decks. It's just really hard to get other stuff. Like I was gonna play Sharpedo, Slowking. I'm gonna try to play it one day. Sharpedo is like flip 2 coins at both their heads, discard your opponent's hand. You play Victini, which of course you reflip, and then you have Slowking, which is look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and rearrange them any way you want to. So that way you know what they're drawing into. You're kind of controlling what they're drawing into. I want to play Vileplume decks. Like I really want to play Vileplume decks just to show the power of them. Anything like Chandelier Vileplume, Vanillix Vileplume, all that stuff is it's really fun to play. But I don't have Vileplumes right now. I'm trying to get it. It's just I can't seem to get the trades, and people who have them value them. They don't even value them really high. They just don't even trade them. I just wish Pokemon had a way where we can obtain older cards. I think they really need to do that. Maybe just make it into the store where you can use your tokens to buy older packs. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. But alright, we'll go play a game with this real quick. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm playing against Char X34. We have the advantage. She's playing a Water, Grass, and Psychic deck. Hopefully it's a good deck. Alright, so we'll go first. Now, back when this deck was around, you actually got the Tech turn 1. So it's cool to Devour turn 1. And he gives me a thumbs up. I think it's a thumbs up. It looks like a thumbs up. So, we'll see what happens. So we start Meloetta. So this is going to be a round base deck. Alright. We do have the resistance too, which is really nice. So here we're just gonna Pokegear just to kind of get in the discard, so we can junk on for it later if we need to. But we're just gonna play in here. Yeah, that's fine. And we can level ball. Let's see. So we have all 3 Durants. That's always really good. Okay. So put the Durant down. We'll put Smoochum down. It's not that really big of a deal. We can actually just put all our Pokemon down. We can put 2 Durants, 2 more Durants, and the Rotom. Smoochum does have 3 retreats, so don't have to worry about that. Another Rotom does have 1. So here we see a Dialga, a Deoxys, Town Map. There's a Suicune and Rough Seas. So it seems like my opponent's just playing a bunch of random cards, but that's okay. We'll still see the power of Dirt. Oh, Shaman EX, my boy, my baby Shaman. That's my favorite Pokemon. So we see a Ether for Full Heal. We see a Rocky Helmet going to Meloetta. And a special... okay, they're called Shield Energies now. We'll Crushing Hammer, see what we flip. So heads, bye-bye. And we'll play in. And we do get a Durant. We get our special metal, which is a little bit different than his. It's not called Shield Energy, which is called Metal Energy. And here we'll just Devour for 3. This game might be quick. My opponent is we discarding you 2. He did play an Ether and everything, so. And like I said, I'll post like 2 articles down below. One's just 6 prices One about Durant, and then one about Jason's Glazinski's Rotom Talk and how to count your cards and everything, which is pretty good. It's always good to know what's in your deck and everything. But here we see a Water Energy going into the Meloetta. Brilliant Voice might be kind of annoying because it can put me to sleep and confuse me, so we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, it gets an Ether. So I'm asleep. Oh, and I don't wake up. Alright, we'll see what happens. We'll put a Metal here, and we'll Professor Oak. So we get a Crushing Hammer. Get rid of that water. Sorry. Put an Eevee here. And we'll actually go for a catcher and bring up the Deoxys if we can. We are just hitting everything we need. We'll see a pass, and I'm still asleep. Kind of annoying, but it's okay. Kind of stinks we don't have the 4th Durant. We haven't seen Collector. I think that one turn where I end or something, I had like 2 Pokegears in my hand. Maybe I should have tried to went for a Pokegear to try to hit a Collector. Well, we see an Eevee here. We do get a Rescue Energy, so I'll just attach it here. And we'll just Devour for 3. We could Vice Grip for 30 if we want to, but don't really see the point there. So right now he's got 5, 10, 13 cards in his discard pile. We see a Rocket Helmet going to the Deoxys, which is not going to really do anything. And here we see a Helix Force. He takes back the DCE. There we see Water. He wants to save those DCEs. But a Helix Force is not going to do anything because of the resistance and the Eevee and the special metal. Here I'm going to Collector these 2. We joke over those 2. Oh no, I did it automatically. I didn't have to click them. I know most of the time you have to click what you want to do. But here we're Pokegear, and we'll just get it in. Now our opponent gets more cards in his hand too, which is pretty nice. We'll just Junk Arm, a Pokegear, and a Catcher. I feel like we'll get a Level Ball to get our 4th Durant out. So there we see a Durant come out. Alright, so now we have all the Durants. We have 2 Durants. We have 3 Durants Evites, so all of our Evites are used up. 2 of them have special metals, and 1 of them just a regular metal. My opponent has 19 cards left in his deck. Thanks, Pokemon, for put that little counter up there. Kind of helps out. I don't think my opponent's going to be able to take a game unless he brings up the Smoochum and kills it. But here we see a Energy Retrieval. Get 2 energy cards put back into your hand. The Dialga might be scary just because it could Chrono Wind me, but with attached a Float Stone, so the max it can do is 30 to a Durant, so it has to hit me 3 times to even knock me out. That's pretty ugly. But once again, this Helix Force is not going to do anything. But here we see the Dialga EX. Does he have a metal? Yeah, he needs a metal, but he doesn't. What is Juniper here? And we'll play Crushing Hammer, Tails. Do we have a Lost River with the discard pile? We don't. That's fine. We'll just attach a Prism to this Durant and Devour. Okay. Still looking for a Lost River. We haven't seen one of those yet. That'd be pretty cool because I can show you where it goes. It goes right here. So hopefully we'll see one soon. My opponent kind of debates what to do. I don't think my opponent plays any ends. If they ever see a water going into the Dialga, it's not what he needs. We'll put the Rotom down and we'll just Oak here. There we see a Lost River. So here we go. See how the DC goes right there. That's what the Lost Zone was. Like I said, it's probably never coming back. It's okay. There's another Devour for 4. Now we're just rolling. We're just going right now. Basically, he's drawn 5 cards of his deck every turn. I don't think he's going to take a knock on either. I don't think he plays any catchers or Lysanders or anything. Which, like I said, it's obviously good for me. Probably should attach like a Prism here, just in case he Lysanders up and ends me to no energies. But I think I'll be fine either way. It's kind of an uneventful game. I would like to see a Shaman Revenge Blast, but it's not going to. So he's Grass Energy going to the Virizion. Maybe he has an energy switch. Maybe not. So we just see another pass from my opponent. We'll put the Battle City out. We'll just have fun flipping coins. Battle City heads. What do we get? Special metal. We'll just attach the prism here, and we will devour for 4. My opponent has 5 cards left in his deck. 4 now. If he doesn't play in, we'll just win next turn. Because even if he knocks out the Durant, we don't know how he can, because a muscle band does only 40. So we have minus 30 right now. But if he doesn't play in, we'll just devour for 4 next turn. He receives Emerald Slash for what, 20? I feel like. So the first attack comes out. Well, not the first attack, the first damaging attack comes out. Or maybe not. Maybe he'll just retreat again. I don't know. Yeah, we see 20 damage going to the Durant. He probably doesn't have any grass left in his deck. But here we are just here we'll just show how mischievous tricks work with mischievous trick. We'll just put this random one in there. And we'll play Battle City, Tails. We don't even see what that card was. But here we'll just devour for a knockout. Or not knockout. For a deck out. And there we see victory. So I'm gonna try to play one more game. I know this game wasn't that exciting. My opponent didn't really attack me. And like I've said before, it's really hard to find really good games online in these older formats. But hopefully I'll be able to get one at least. Like I said, I'll at least play one more to see what happens. Alright, so let's see what happens in the next game. Alright, so we're playing against Gilbert Nolazo. Playing a Lightning Dragons Colors deck. I think that's what all 3 was. We see a Deoxys coin. Maybe he's playing a Deoxys deck. There's a Cold Machine. Energy Switch. Holy, I just realized we start with 3 Durants. Well, that doesn't get any better than that. Well, unless we have a 4th and a supporter, which we don't have one right now, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll draw a card. Oh, what? Speaking of a supporter, there we go. We won't put the Battle City down right now. We don't want to get it countered. We'll just Professor Oak. Pokegear, like I said, always just trying to get a supporter in the disco pile. We'll just grab Oak. It doesn't really matter. Just one less card to draw to next turn, and we'll just end turn. I wish we could devour turn 1 for 3 would be pretty nice. Next turn we can Collector to kind of see what's in here, but we've seen AZ and alright. Durant scared him. He said, I don't want to play against this deck. That's too scary. I guess somebody just fishing for coins, I guess. I don't know. Whoop. Sorry about that. Maybe he was just too scared of the Devour. Oh, you knocked out your opponent's last Pokemon played to win this game. Oh, I didn't even know we knocked out a Pokemon. Did we do any damage? Nope, no damage dealt, but we sure did knock out a Pokemon, supposedly. Alright, I'll play another game, just to see what happens. Okay, so we're playing against Sky, Stingle, something. Playing just a fire deck. Just straight fire, so that might be a bad for me. I only see no basic Pokemon in my hand. So we see Pyroar. Ooh, that's scary. We get a Durant out. Okay. And the good thing is Pyroar can attack me till turn 2. We see a Reshiram. Blue Flare might be scary. Outrage is okay. Outrage can maybe do 40 the next turn. It's 60 with a Muscle Band, but he plays a Laser that knocks us out. We don't have a supporter, but we can play a Level Ball. Let's get a Durant out, and we'll just Devour for 2. But here we'll play Catcher first. Tails. Yeah, we'll just play Metal here, and we'll Devour for 2. Not that very strong turn. I guess we could have Junk Arm for a third. Oh, another Love Ball. It's probably misplayed my part. I'm sorry about that. We've seen Oak, shuffle your hand and draw 6. So I'm going to do that next turn. I am going to use a Level Ball. Here we see Crushing Hammer, Flip Heads. Alright, we'll get rid of this DZ. That's fine. We'll Junk Arm, the Super Rod, and Special Metal Way. And we'll get a Level Ball. We are going to play our hand down to 0 and just rely on top deck mode. We'll put a Durant out, a rescue energy here, so if it does get knocked out next turn, we'll go in my hand, and we'll devour for 3. Hopefully my opponent just play trump card. That's the only card that kind of messes up this deck. Here we see a Verse Seeker, probably getting a a Blacksmith. Ooh, that's not good. How many fires in there? Just 1. Oh, we see another in his hand. Okay, so the Durant will die, but it does go back in my hand as we saw. And what do we do here? Hopefully we top deck a supporter, Pokegi or something. So, okay, we get an energy at least, so we can devour again. Boom. Discard 3 more cards. Now we're down to 10. And here we'll see a blue flare for 230. The special metal is after weakness 2. So we need to draw into something. Hook me up. Alright, Pokegear, very nice. Oh, I'm so tempted to grab that Twins, but it's not what we need. We're going to play Professor Oak. I think it's going to be better. So Professor Oak, and that obviously was not the right decision. Well, he can't attack me next turn unless he has another... I'm going to go keep that. Unless he has another Blacksmith. So we'll devour for 2. We do get rid of a Skyla and a Charizard. We do see 2 Verse Seekers are down to, which is always good. Then we see another energy going to him. And we just see a 40. Alright, so here we'll Twins. We get a Revive. Alright, put a Durant down. And here we'll play Twins. I'm going to get a Durant for sure. And I can either get another Twins, or I can get a Pokemon catcher and drag up a drag up the bench Reshiram. I think I'm actually just gonna grab a Twins and just keep the Twins engine going. So put that down, put this here, and we will devour for 4. See, even against fire, we're still doing okay. I'm not saying it's perfect, but just killing these Pokemon with 1 prizes is always good. So here we see a Durant, and we get the Twins again. With Twins for Revive. We have one in here. Hopefully we have one in here. As we see a Revive, and probably just another Twins. Where's another Twins at? I could go for Crushing Hammers and stuff, but I don't know how helpful that would be. I see another Revive, but we don't see another Twins, so I guess I'm just going to grab a Oak. I feel like it'd be good. So we do have 1 Twin in their prize. I could go for Rotom, but I can't think about that all that shenanigans right now. Put the Durant down, put a metal here, and we'll just devour for 4 again. And like I said, if he does commit to the energy, he does have to blue flare it off. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get a Evo Soda and Professor Birch. I don't know if my opponent plays in. So we see the 3rd energy fire coming down, and we see a blue flare for 240. This game is fairly close. We'll see what happens. I'll probably just Juniper here, and we see a Rotom. We'll put it down. It's fine. And we'll just Juniper for a lot. We don't get another Revive, but here we can Crush Hammer this energy off. Pedal Metal here, and we'll devour for 3. Hopefully my opponent is running out of energies. We haven't seen a switch card yet, but we discarded another energy and a Skyla. Oh, I should have lost remove with this DCE. I'm sorry about that. My opponent only has 15 cards left in his deck. There we see a DCE come down. We can loss remover that if he doesn't retreat. Alright, so that's what we're going to do here. Loss remover this DCE. Here we'll play Crushing Hammer, Tails, and we'll just devour for 3. So my opponent has 12 cards left in his deck. Do we discard into the fire? We discarded 2 more fires. Holy. My opponent plays a bunch of fires. We still have yet to see a switch. But we have seen 3 DCEs, because the 4th one, the 3rd one isn't here. Here we see a Professor, so we see a fire and another fire. Wow, my opponent plays a lot of fire energies. But that's okay. Here we see a Pokegear, and I'm going to grab a Juniper. I don't really need. Oh, I guess we'll play this Lost Remover. Get rid of that DC, and we'll just Juniper here. Play a Crushing Hammer. Tails. We'll play Catcher and try to bring him this Lit Leo. Okay, sweet. And here I'll Junk Arm. We'll do the Catcher and the Prism Energy, and we'll get a Revive. And that way we can get a 4th Durant down. And that way we'll win in 2 turns. If he doesn't play in, which I haven't seen one yet, he might be hiding him in his hand. If he does, we're in a pretty bad situation. But here we'll Devour for 4, and then he'll have 4 cards left in his deck. So we might win this game. This is kind of how Durant works. Your opponent gets really close to winning. Yeah, it looks like he just touches a fire. And if he doesn't play in, we just win. So yeah, here we go. We just kind of win here. So we'll Devour for the last 4 cards and win the game. So even against fire Pokemon, if Reshiram was kind of taking knockouts, even back then when Reshiram was big, you just bring up a Typhlosion and kind of do it that way. Against Typhlosion, you kind of just like let them keep all their energies in play if you can. So that's kind of how the deck works. And I hope you liked the video. Now this time it says your opponent was at 9 able to draw the card at the beginning of your turn. I wonder why the last one said I knocked out a Pokemon when I didn't. So let's look at the stats. Oh, damage dealt 0. What a surprise. But thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. And I know I've promised this like a billion times, but maybe next week I'll record some World Games. I'm going to like call my friend and be like, hey, you need to come to the league on Saturday because I need some content. And he'll be like, okay. He's having some. He's really busy with college, that's why we haven't had any like real gameplay. But I'm fine with doing this too. I do like doing Pokemon Trading Card Game online because I can actually show you the deck list and everything and do it. And like I said before, the 2 articles will be down below. Please check them out. They're really good. And I already have a great day. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I think we passed 350 and also 20,000 views, which is crazy. 20,000 views. That's crazy. And 350 people, like, that's amazing. But have a great day and thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye.